The Chronicles of Clison, Book 1. A Song for the Silent, the Soldier's Legacy, and the Assassin's Revenge. Prologue. I am Trogon Dis-Jin Lao Moon, a Manadiet from the planet Clison, and heir to the warrior sect Krigere. I was once someone else, walking a different path, but now I go by the name of Flocka Schult Beskitter. My family was one of the most powerful and respected sects of our people, though it was not always so. If it had not been for my ancestor, Laxton Dis-Jin Lao Moon, my family would have remained lowly farmers. Yet, knowing the outcome of our rise, it is better to be a farmer than to be dead. My father, Lax Lao Moon, was a powerful man, but his power was a birthright, passed down through generations. Because of this inherited mantle, leaders of other sects believed he had not truly earned the right to call himself the leader of our people. It was Van Shalu Sint, the usurper, who acted on that resentment. He betrayed my father while I lay sleeping in my bed. Stor Beskitter, the commander of my father's royal guard, ensured that my death was not written in stone on that fateful night. Although I was young, I could still hear the echoes of the screams, and I can still see the flashing lights of Van's warriors' Iklwa drives as they tore through our camps. To this day, it is one of the deadliest nights in Manadiet history. Now, Van rules the Krigere. Under his tyranny, our people, who were once proud, honorable warriors, have been reduced to slavers. They travel to faraway planets, abducting males to force them into hard labor in our mines. It is a grotesque embarrassment to our legacy, a stain on who we are meant to be. Yet, as much as this industry disgusts me, it has finally offered the perfect opportunity to avenge my family. I received word that Van is traveling to inspect one of these very mines. While he is there, away from the safety of his fortress, I will unleash the skills I have gained over the years. I will do what I do best: kill. Clison is a world of harsh beauty, dominated by vast, rust-red deserts and towering canyon monoliths that evoke a fusion of Venusian terrain and rugged landscape. The atmosphere is thin but breathable, glowing with a persistent copper hue during the day and giving way to brilliant, crowded starfield at night. The planet's surface is covered in rich iron oxide dust, sweeping dunes and massive sandstones plateaus. The topography is fractured by deep, labyrinth fissures like the Castron Canyons, where mining operation and subterranean settlements are hidden from the intense suns. Clison possesses natural water, but it is nowhere near enough to sustain its population. What Clison lacks in water, it makes up for in geological wealth. The planet's deep crust is incredibly rich in rare, high-grade crystalline structures and diamonds, which are used to power infused weapons. Because they cannot survive on honor alone, the Manadiets rely entirely on a strict trade agreement with their neighboring planet, Draxic. Van exports massive hauls of diamonds from mines. In exchange, Draxic freighters supply massive reservoirs of imported water. This dependency makes the mining sector the most crucial and heavily guarded real estate for the Krigere. Cities on Clison are built directly into the canyon walls or carved into mountains, designed to withstand both orbital bombardments and ferocious dust storms. The architecture is brutal but grand, featuring massive stone pillars, statues of legendary ancestors, and open-air training arenas. To understand a Manadiet of Clison is to understand the paradox of a person who can chart a course through the stars with a quantum computer, yet still read the shifting of desert sands. They are a culture forged in the crucible of scarcity. This reality shaped a warrior ethos that mirrors the greatest military dynasties, the terrifying, sweeping mobility of the Dolgun and the unyielding, close-quarters discipline of the Ufadili wa Masomo. A Manadiet does not view technology as a replacement for honor, but as an extension of it. When a sect goes to war, they do not merely launch orbital strikes from the safety of the upper atmosphere. Their vanguard uses ultra-fast, anti-gravity sand skimmers and cloaked lights aircraft to execute the horns of the Shamo, a devastating flanking maneuver designed to encircle an enemy before the sonic boom of their arrival even registers. Yet, for all their advanced plasma artillery, the true test of a warrior remains the Iklawa drive, a high-frequency energy weapon paired with a hard-light shield. To the Manadiet, long-range execution is for cowards. A true warrior looks at their opponents in the eyes, breathing the same ionized air, witnessing the exact moment their spirit departs to join their ancestors. Society on Clison is built on the absolute foundation of the sect. A Manadiet is nothing without their lineage. Every scar, every piece of ornate armor plating, and every syllable of their name, like Trogon Disjin Lao Moon, is a living record of their family's deeds. In Clisonian culture, the survival of a sect is not about winning battles. It is about enduring. Because the planet is so hostile, women are viewed as the most precious and vital asset a family possesses. Without them, the bloodline ends and the sect's history is erased. They are never exposed to the harshness of the desert, manual labor, or combat. Clison's neighboring planet, Draxic, is a world of pristine organization, advanced technology, and immense water resources. The distance between Draxic and Clison is about 50 million avstand, a 3-day flight. Unlike the harsh, sun-baked canyons of Clison, Draxic is a planet of structural harmony, sprawling metropolitan hubs, and controlled ecosystems. Draxic is ruled by an elected senate rather than warring sects or bloodlines. Laws are strictly enforced, infrastructure is flawless, and the citizens enjoy a high quality of life. They view Clison's constant internal power struggles with mix of pity and diplomatic caution. Under lax Lao Moon leadership, the people of Clison and Draxic work together to secure their safety. However, under Van's rule, the diplomatic relationship between both planets has become questionable. Draxic possess the finest starships, cloaking technology, and weaponry in their sector. This technological superiority is exactly why their water freighters can safely traverse the space between planets without fear of the Clisonian raiders. This is the main reason Stor Beskita chose this planet to take and hide Trogon. Once Van's Krigere stormed the camps, Stor knew what must be done. The attacks were expected, and Warlord Lax already planned an escape for his son. Stor was given the task, and he was determined to complete it with honor. Knowing the boy would never be safe on Clison, Stor integrated into Draxic's society. As the years passed, Stor realized Trogon's desire for vengeance grew. He focused on training and learning new skills. Trogon did not just learn to swing a blade, he learned cybernetic infiltration, orbital piloting, and stealth metrics using Draxic's superior technology. Becoming an assassin was not a job for Trogon. It was the only way to put his flawless, high-tech training to use, while actively hunting down High Lord Vane's operations from the shadows.